Shall we choose?
Choose what?
Very well. Left hand. Ring finger.
Let me out. Let me out. No.
Come on. Leave the guy alone.
What are you doing? Leave him. Come on.
Come on. Easy.
Leave the guy alone.
Mr. Liebrandt, please hold still.
Hello, and welcome to the Loose Butthole Reviews. I am your host, Smokey, and joining with me, as always, is my co-host, Spooge.
Oi!
And before we get into the movie, we have 3 rules. Our first rule is our rating must be a 5 out of 5. 1 being we hate it, 5 being we love it. Number 2 is if we want our money back, we give the movie a Jeff Goldblum rating. And number 3, if we both agree that it deserves 1, then we will give it a God tier, a 6 out of 5. And today we are reviewing The Menu from 2022.
Oh yeah.
And I guess I should give my backstory on this for a second. This was a movie that I was interested in, but when it comes to horror movies, especially horror movies, I tend to not watch them alone. Like, it's not because like I get scared or anything. It's like if I'm wasting my time with a shitty horror film, then I want to be wasting it with someone so I can at least joke about, so I can at least enjoy watching it. I get my little quips in and stuff. You know how I like to do when I'm watching a movie. Sometimes I just can't help. Sometimes there's just a bit that I have to do. But, and this was one of them. I was like, I don't know. I didn't even know at the time. I thought it was going to be like 2.5 hours long. I was like, I don't think I want to waste my time on this one. So I just went to my good old YouTube channel that I love watching, Found Flicks. Because he mostly explains horror, and he has saved me hours upon hours of my life just explaining horror films. And most of the time, I'm like, okay, I'm glad I didn't watch that. But this one, I was like, oh man, I kind of wish I kind of watched this one without the
because this
Found
isn't
Flicks.
even exactly a horror either. This is definitely kind of more like on the dark comedy side.
Kind of. It definitely, it's borderlining on, it's trying to be more artistical with its comedy in it and the horror at the same time. So I feel this is more of like an art house film, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like it definitely is not someone, I don't feel the average Joe will enjoy this, to be honest. I feel that they'll either be like, oh, it's there's too much symbolism, or they will overthink it and they won't actually get the message that I was kind of overthinking for a little bit, because I was like, why ain't nobody fighting back? And then I kind of realized when I was going back over, the arguments he was presenting put them in the mindset of acceptance, to where they was like,
because he even addressed that. He's like, what? He's like, you guys could have actually like run if you really tried.
yeah, like they give them they could have fought back. They could have tried. To the point, I think they're even stating we're just chefs. We don't really have much fighting capability. If you just nut check us one good time, you're free to go. It's basically the atmosphere I was getting from it.
Yeah, and I almost feel like if I don't know, because I know some people were surprised that this was happening, but like it was revealed that that one dude, I forget how that one dude was able to understand that he was gonna die, because that dude knew.
The chef told him. They even say that the chef came up and they was like, oh, we've been corresponding for like 8 months. You knew what was gonna happen tonight, and you still came. You still brought somebody, like, basically to the Lamb of the Slaughter. And it's like, oh shit, like that's a good little like thing. Like he was like so
I
desperate.
couldn't remember how if that was like if it was implied that it was like on an invite or something, but okay.
Yeah, no, they do say it that he was talking with the chef, and the chef. I hate how they treated Tyler, to be honest. The chefs, because he's obviously not a cook. He's obviously not a chef. He's
Nah,
obviously
I think
one.
Tyler got exactly what he deserved.
I I think they should have just killed him. They didn't have to do the whole that would be like me like being on the set of Power Rangers and like going on about how much I know about Power Rangers, and then one of the actors go, "Okay, you know your chops. Come up here. Come up here." It's like, "Whoa, hold up. Wait a minute. I'm just like trying to explain how much I know. That doesn't mean I can do this." Like, it's knowing something and being able to have the talent to do something is two completely different things.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
it was so
right.
obvious. And another thing, how obvious it was that it was literally his first time ever cooking a dish ever. How he cut. I can even cut. I have problems because I've only done it like once or twice in my life. But I've done it before, so I know how to cut vegetable stuff a little better. He was fucking dicing it up like it was a goddamn corpse.
Yeah, and I mean, which is like, you know, he knows so much, but it's just like
No, and you do the additive bonus. You put him on the spot, dude. You put him on the spot. It's not like he was prepared or anything to do it. You're like, "Hey, yo, come cook." We're all these master chefs that have been studying the craft for years and have been practicing most of their fucking lives. We're all going to watch you cook your very first meal. Come on. How about you? Come on. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. And then after it's clearly they didn't even give him They didn't give him enough time to cook. For one, they kind of called it early.
Mm-hmm.
They was like, yeah, that's enough, and it was like, man,
They didn't call it. He fucking said he was done.
yeah, I know. That's I was trying. I'm saying they as in Tyler.
Yes, Tyler.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So they obviously didn't give it enough time. It's just fucking, hey, you put them on the spot. That's what I got mad about. Is like I was all for them picking on Tyler. Hey, look at the foodie that thinks he's a chef, but obviously he's not a fucking chef. And then you're gonna fucking put him on the spot. That's when I'm like, okay, the bullying has gone too far. This guy's gonna be a serial. If he doesn't die from this night, he's definitely gonna be a serial killer now, and he's gonna be a fucking chef. And anybody that questions his like his way of doing things, you're gonna be killed. You're gonna be fucking dead. The second he feels like he's being alphaed again, he's gonna kill you.
No, except he got the special whisper of All I Can Imagine was a nice extended, really artistic version of telling him to go kill himself.
Which
that sealed the deal.
I wish we got a definitive answer of what happened to him, because once Tyler walks off out of the kitchen, that's the end of Tyler. We see him hanging. She looks over and then she sees him because he hung himself. He went to the back and hung himself. I actually missed that.
It was real
that must
quick,
have been
but,
that must have been too quick for me.
Yeah, because she looked over and then saw him just like hanging.
I must have fucking
just hanged himself.
It must have been the one time I had to.
He got bullied
I had
into
to,
fucking
had to
killing
fucking,
himself.
I had to fucking turn around to drink my Coke. Damn it! The one fucking time I turn around to get a sip of Coke, I miss an vital seat. Because that's what I was wondering. I was like, what the fuck ever happened to Tyler? Like, I was like,
He killed himself. That's why I said that. That's why I said like in a little bit while after. That's why I like to think that he's just, even though it's just my little headcanon, that the burger that she gets at the end is made from Tyler.
I thought you were just making that joke because I thought that was like a joke of like, whatever happened to Tyler? Maybe they made him the meat. That's what I thought you were implying there.
Oh no. I mean, he was in the back and there's a good amount of time. Things happened.
But yeah,
and Yeah.
still, I mean, he did that. There's a satisfying ending for him. That, to be honest, because that's where it was heading. And I gotta say, the fucking acting in this phenomenal. Everybody acted like their psychological profile. I didn't feel like anybody wasn't acting like. For a second, I was like, man, if these like people were like help mentally stable, they would be fighting back a little more. But then as you go on in the film, it's like, oh, okay, all right, yeah, these 12 individuals are far from mentally okay.
Yeah. And even with, and they didn't even really, I like that there was, they didn't even really make like the chef like this full on like kind of like perfect figure. Like it was obvious that he was just petty and he's evil as all of them too, just because that was the whole reveal of just him like, no, you're in a movie I didn't like.
Yeah,
It wasn't actually anything you actually did. Like, yeah, you're a piece of shit.
you
That's
ruined my
that's
day
just-
off.
It doesn't matter if you're a piece of shit or not. You're coming here anyway for that movie.
Now I gotta see that. I have to see that movie to know if it's justifiable, because it might just be bad enough to where the chef is, because you ruined my day off. It depends. It depends on how bad you ruin it.
It would actually have to be worse than Velma.
Oh, dude, yeah, it would have to be. It would have to be, because Velma pissed me off, but not to that extent.
Maybe a nut check.
Yeah, it definitely deserves a nut check. For everybody that worked on Velma deserves a nut check. But yeah, the critics, the critics were definitely they definitely were critics. I definitely felt that about them. I was like, God damn, I hate these two people. Like, out of the most of them, it's like I hate restaurants like this because all the restaurant workers and stuff are so far up the ass. But what's worse are the motherfuckers that criticize those restaurants. And and now that I brought up the fact that I am gonna give my rating. I actually quite enjoyed this film. Like I said, the acting was phenomenal. It's very unconventional kind of horror. Like you said, that there's dark comedy going on. I laughed quite a bit during this. Some parts I don't think were meant to be comical, like the s'mores part. Like I couldn't, like the lady with the chocolate dripping in her eyes and shit. I just couldn't help myself but laugh.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be comical in like in a way.
Yeah, it maybe, but I just feel some scenes that I laughed at weren't supposed to be, but definitely came off as comical.
Because I think in the sense of like tragedy and comedy being sometimes intertwined.
Yeah, for sure. And again, it's the way they act. Just all the actors are phenomenal. I definitely believe all these people are the person that they're portraying.
Mm-hmm. Now to nail down my rating. I know one thing that kind of, and it's not the movie's fault for this one thing that's kind of hard, that there's a lot of impact that got taken away from this, because in my job, it's kind of hard, especially when doing ushering, like cleaning the theaters. Like sometimes I got to go in there and check like how many people are up in there, so I know what I'm dealing with cleaning and stuff, and I get spoiled. And I've seen the ending of this movie, like up to the when she just gets the hamburger. Like a point where she asks for the hamburger is always where I've seen it. So like that impact of that and the whole s'more scene was taken away from me from that.
Yeah, I completely understand that.
And there was one scene I thought they could have just went a little bit farther on. I think it would have added the perfect like shock factor, and like they didn't, and then everything else would have been perfect too. It would have just been that like tiny bit of edge it would have needed. I feel like when they're setting up the whole thing with him getting stabbed in the nuts when it was the people chasing.
It wasn't his.
The...
It was his thigh. It was his thigh.
Oh, his thigh.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was. It wasn't
no,
even.
they
It
stabbed
wasn't.
him in his nuts.
No, it was his thigh. It
Looked
was
like the nuts.
It was a recreation of him. He stabbed his father in the thigh, so his daughter
Okay.
stabbed her father in the thigh. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry
Gotcha,
to take
gotcha.
that. Sorry to take that scene away from you.
Well, then that because I thought like when she stabbed, I thought that she stabbed him in the nuts, even though now I know that he didn't.
He didn't react at all. Like if that was a nut shot.
And I thought like they were running away because like the game was that if they get caught, they were gonna get stabbed in the nuts.
No. The game.
So if I was in that situation, I'd be like, oh shit, gonna get
It was.
gonna get
It was
nuts
just.
stabbed.
It was a hunting It was just a hunting situation. It was just
Yeah.
they were.
But it would
was
have made
their
more sense
chance.
because they just bring them back. They didn't even rough them up.
Because they were gonna die anyway. It was a chance for them to fight back. That was that was their shot. That it was the one
Yeah.
shot for them to actually do something. And I know that they run, but they half-ass run. Like the one dude just hides in a chicken coop. He's not even trying. And what makes me mad, the dude that hides in the chicken coop gets the fucking egg at the end. He's the last one to caught. It's like, how in the fucking, like, they didn't go, that means they didn't check the chicken coop until they caught everybody else. That means there was a good, like, 30 minutes of people running around going, where in the fuck is this guy? Where the fuck is he? Until they round up everybody and it was like, oh, chicken coop. That's where he is. Yep. And again, it's because they're slowly but surely coming to the acceptance of it. But I do wish one person got physical with trying to leave, at least, you know. There's just one person like try to bum rush the door or something and have it just establish that the people guarding the door can actually guard the door, because as far as I'm concerned, these are all college.
I guess they did chop that one dude's finger off, but
I'm not gonna that's it's not the easiest thing to do, but you can accidentally chop your own finger off, for crying out loud.
oh yeah, but they did. I know, like they wouldn't let him leave.
Just saying, I wish there was at least one fight. That would have that would have made it better. Just have one fight with one of the to establish what we're dealing with, because chopping off a finger, it's like, yeah, but first of all, there's two people holding the guy down, and another person had to come over with the knife to do the finger chop. So that's three people. It took them 3 people to chop off one finger. Surely you can get surely if you're capable enough, you can at least knock them down.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah. And the one fight scene we got was all right.
Yeah. I'm glad that the Fanflix kind of didn't go into too much detail into that. That was a complete twist of me for me of Elsa. Just I kind of hinted. It kind of was she was like, this fucking random bitch. The chef is showing attention to this bitch.
But yeah, I guess what I would I think I'd give this. I did very much enjoy this. I feel like I would have enjoyed it a little bit more if I didn't have as much context. And I know this movie definitely got sold a little bit different too, because I know a lot of people were mixed on this movie. A lot of people thought this was gonna be like a cannibalism movie. You know.
Yeah,
that's what everyone was
I
talking about at the theater.
I can kind of see that, to be honest.
And like, oh yeah, they're gonna be serving the guests, but it definitely wasn't that, because even Murda thought that too, because I invited her to watch it, and she said like, oh, I think that one's gonna be real gross from what I know about it, of like, you know, of cannibalism.
It's like,
but actually, it's not really gross at all.
It's not.
It's pretty tame in the violence.
Like, to be honest, this is the most tamed violence that we've gotten.
Because I even
for-
remember seeing people coming out of the theater being like, "Oh, that was horrible. That wasn't at all what I thought it was." I'm like, "Oh, okay, this is definitely like a heavy violent cannibalism movie." Even thinking, even with like the end that I saw, like I still thought like maybe, there's like some cannibalism scenes before.
Yeah, maybe I can kind of see where people see that, but definitely should just should just give this one a watch.
Yeah, yeah. So
Def-
4.5, I think I'd give to.
Cool. So we're both on 4.5. I can flash the
Yeah,
rating
yeah.
up now. 4.5.
Mhm. Yes.
All right. And to be honest, I think that's it. The soundtrack wasn't really there. I mean, it was servable. There was a soundtrack, always is, but
Oh yeah, yeah.
it was a servable. They needed tension, so they added the ambionic music and stuff
I
like
did
that.
I did like that. It would have been kind of a boring choice if it wasn't for the claps that would always clap you out of it.
Oh yeah, those fucking claps.
Which I'm sure were really fucking would get your attention in the theater.
Oh, fucking not just
like actually
that,
jump
but
up like, "God
I
damn
I
it."
I just put myself in that situation of I'm eating my meal, and then just out of nowhere, just whack. It's like, the fuck, dude.
It's perfect in like the fucking like humiliation that they're like putting on these people.
You're not even
The
humiliating
psyops.
me. You just fucking with my ears, man. You're fucking with my ears.
It's
I was-
psyops, but it doesn't fuck with you. It just
Fucking-
makes you mad because it's psyops for rich people.
Yeah, fucking. Not only that, it's I kind of understand psyop, so it's like, I know your fucking game, you son of a bitch.
You gotta out psyop them.
Every time they clap, you clap back.
See, they clap and then you do a little like clap clap.
You got to do the slowly clap and just slowly stand up, and as you stand up, just get more violent and violent every time they clap.
Clap to your hands bleed. But yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Now I really want to watch In Bruges.
Yeah, to be honest, I
want another
know
Ralph
the
Fiennes movie.
the ending is not what people want, but I definitely want to be part of this experience so I could be the fucking straight man that constantly like berates the chef on all the bullshit he's doing. Especially, but you know what? I shouldn't, but I'm gonna fucking bring this up. I pay $1,250 fucking dollars. The least thing I better fucking get is goddamn bread. You fucking come out and tell me.
You don't
Your
deserve
fucking-
it.
You goddamn come out and tell me your restaurant is famous for its bread, and the second course is literally titled "No fucking bread." I'm fucking leaving that goddamn second, you sons of fucking bitch. What the fuck do you mean? You're famous for your bread, but the fucking second course is no bread, you son of a bitch. No, the fuck your artistical view bullshit. Give me fucking bread, god damn it. You can't fucking say you're famous for your bread and not let me try it and fucking say it for my goddamn self. Are you famous for your bread?
At the very least, can you at least do like a let them eat cake analogy so we at least get some cake instead of the bread?
Yes, let them eat cake analogy would be much better than no bread. That's literally
At
what
least
the
you get cake.
That's what the fucking course was called. No bread.
I'll put some butter on a cake. I don't give a shit.
That's the second. That's the second I wanted to be a part of this experience. It's like, oh no, someone better complain about this, and no one fucking complains about it. Nobody but the Margot, but she doesn't complain like I want. I want somebody to stand the fuck up and raise hell like a true goddamn American would in this situation.
The businessmen were trying to snaggle some bread under the table too, but then also shut them down.
Yeah, they fucking tried to pull we fucking pretty much own this place, so you can slip us some bread, but that's not what I want. I want the fucking southern motherfucker. The southern motherfucker that goes to Crackle Barrel for the free bread that they fucking get the free servings of bread. I want him to pop up and go, "What in the Sam hell are you talking about? I am not getting bread. I am paying $1,200 for this. I better get fucking bread."
All right. Bring me that pinky toe.
Pinky toe can come off as long as I get my fucking bread.
I'll trade my pinky toe for some goddamn bread.
I don't need my goddamn pinky toe. What does it do for me? I need my goddamn bread. I'm starving here. You served a rock the first course. A fucking rock.
Had muscle on it.
Oh, yes. Yes, the one thing that I love. Pure fucking gristle. That first course is what really, when I saw that, I was like, that is just a fucking cube of gristle you put on top of that rock.
I think that was a scallop.
If it looked like muscle to me. It looked like a pure muscle to me.
I know scallop. Yeah,
it looked like
that too. Then.
Yeah,
especially with like the
either
big.
It was a scallop. It was a scallop, or if it was a scallop, then that would have been pretty decent. But if it's a fucking mussel, that's literally just chew. You might as well just go fry up some fat and chew on it.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the best you're gonna get.
But yeah.
Other than that, I pretty much like this film. I'll definitely watch it again. Definitely.
Oh yeah.
This is
It's
one
quick.
that I would. If anybody's like, ooh, like queasy about it, I'm definitely suggesting it's like, nah, dude, come on, you gotta watch it. Just watch it.
It's more fun. It's more fun than you think. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot more fun than you think. And it's a good run. 4 point.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of how Parasite was also kind of like advertised too. Everybody was like, "Oh, it's gonna be about parasites taking over." It's like, no, it's actually
fucking
something a lot more
a lot more involved than just parasites. I think we gone over long enough.
Yeah.
If you've been listening this long, thank you so much. We really do appreciate it. Please like, comment, and share the video around. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Do you have a sign-off, Spooge?
Hey, what's your favorite dish? Put it in the comments.
We might cook it on our cooking series that's gonna come out.
I'll put it in my
future.
notes. I'll put it in my review notes.
Yeah, boy.
If I see it, yeah,
All right.
it'll be there forever.
And that will be bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Do you like this life that you dreamed about?
No, Chef.
Mm-hmm. And do you want my life? Not my position and my talent, my life.
No, Chef.
Ladies and gentlemen, your fourth course, sous chef Jeremy's The Mess.